Hello. You already know the drill. I love starting my videos with some smoke cleansing. I love Palo Santo. Love it, love it, love it. It's a very indigenous wood that aids in cleansing your space and your auric field, for those that don't know. It's very connected to my South American culture and my indigenous background, so that's why I burn it. Yeah, there's a whole discussion on one of my videos speaking on burning Palo Santo because the wood is endangered. So it's kind of like a close practice for Native Americans, South and North Native Americans. So yeah, as a Native South American, I would have to do more research about it, but I just feel as if this is, if anything, I have a right to burn this 1000%. Anywho, guys, it is iced outside, so I don't know if this is real snow or not. There's also a whole discussion on that, but it's frozen outside. And it's cold. So I'm filming this. There's absolutely no sun, so I've set up my own lighting, and I just hope that it's working. So yes, I'm drinking my skin blend from Sacral. This is one of my favorite blends that I've made. It's so good. Like my favorite tea. I drink it every single day. I know I called it a skin blend, but there's also a lot of great benefits to this tea. It's iron rich. It's really good for the urinary tract, good to detox your gut. It's super high in antioxidants, great for immunity health, just overall everything. I just connected it to my skin because it was the tea I started drinking when my skin was healing, so it kind of has a connection to that. But I'm drinking it ice cold because it tastes so good either way, but I like it iced. Anyways, hi, welcome back. I've been yapping already. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A. I asked my Instagram to ask me questions. I picked out some of the best ones that I feel like would be beneficial for everyone to hear the answer to them. I appreciate everyone who asked me a question. Soul's already joining. She loves joining me when I'm filming videos. I've come to notice that. But like, it's particular ones that she'll literally come join me, like as they begin. But anywho, I asked my Instagram to ask me questions. I picked some of my favorites out. So we're just gonna go straight into it. How do you handle lust and get over it? I am assuming that you're meaning a lust connecting to sexual lust, but lust to me is any form of desire. So you can be lusting over quite literally anything. It doesn't have to just be sex. However, just to keep it under the baselines of sex, I think that it's a very unique experience to the individual. Like, it's gonna come a point in your life, or maybe not actually, but if you are in the journey of becoming a more evolved version of yourself every day, and you are on the journey of bettering yourself, it's gonna come to a point where you realize that mindless sex and lusting over someone and one-night stands and casual encounters with sex are no longer fulfilling your soul. They're no longer fulfilling your life. They are meaningless and lack substance. So once that part of your brain starts clicking, it's no longer about handling lust. It's an already inner knowing that that doesn't resonate with you, and that's not what you're looking for. Specifically, if you already have a vision of what you want your romantic partnerships to look like, if you want to be in a committed relationship, if you want to get married, for example, and have children one day, why are you still devoting your energy to lusting over women or men? Because you're not going to attract what you want. You're going to only attract what you are. So if you keep lusting, you're going to keep attracting lust. I think disciplinary actions towards lust for many people are to practice abstinence, to practice celibacy. I think it's a very powerful practice for both men and women. Men practicing semen retention allows their manifestations to come into fruition a lot faster because it's their seed of life. And when you think about it, if you're keeping your seed to yourself and you're not just exploding everywhere, I mean, sorry, but yes, like if you're not just, exploding everywhere and you're being sacred with your seed, there's a lot of benefits that come from that, a lot of benefits that come from semen retention. It's also just overall very healthy for a man, excuse me. It's also very healthy for a man's energetic body for them to practice semen retention. I talk a little bit about it on my woman video if you want to tap into that. But I'm going to have some videos on semen retention down below from other men speaking about it. If you are a man and you're watching this and you're curious, I'm going to have some good resources for you down below. So that's one way that you can handle lust. And for a woman, it's abstinence, it's celibacy. For a man, it's also celibacy. But there's a difference there because a man has a seed and a woman doesn't have the seed. A woman can still have orgasms and things like that. But I guess just being more intentional with self-pleasure, being more intentional with that. Oh, holy shit. One of the biggest factors to handle lust is to stop watching porn. And I actually don't know how normalized porn is because I don't watch porn myself. I stopped watching porn years ago when I realized how terrible the programming of pornography is. Even sometimes watching porn where it's like two people making quote unquote love, I have refrained from giving attention to something that isn't presently myself or my visions. And porn overall is just something that does not resonate with me. I know that in the past I would watch porn and I would self-pleasure to it, and now it's something that does not resonate with me. And that has really aided my ability to practice not lusting, truly. And I have conversations with many of my very conscious and aware male friends that don't watch porn as well. They completely stopped watching porn. So that's also a very big factor. If you are programming yourself to consistently seek the pleasure that comes from watching porn, which is a very fragmented reality of sex for the most part, it's programming your brain to lust because you're watching something that's actually not yours or happening to you, happening to your body. So it's the desire to want to feel that even though it's not presently happening. Does that make sense? I hope that landed correctly. Like, you're not actively having sex, but you're looking at it happening. I guess that's how I view it. Personally, I still self-pleasure. I just don't watch anything. I use my own imagination. I don't know if that's like TMI, but it has aided me a lot because I don't just imagine having sex. I imagine everything I'm bringing into fruition. I manifest a lot when I self-pleasure. I manifest every time, actually, I self-pleasure. I literally only do it with the intention that I'm manifesting through it. And I could do a whole video on sex manifestations and intentional sex, how to manifest with your partners, because having intentional sex is the only way that I will ever have sex with someone. And being intentional means making it a ritual to bring forth what you want. Sex is intentionally made by the creator to create life. So if you're not going to create life, you might as well create visions and manifestations for yourself and keep that as the ongoing conversation. You might as well feed each other. Words of affirmation, that's something I also do when I self-pleasure. I speak words of affirmation to myself. I'm literally speaking life and power into myself. And you can do that as well. So, pardon me, that was a very long answer to that question, but I thought it was a very deep question. So, next. What is your big three in astrology? I think I got asked this a couple times. I'm a Virgo sun, a Sagittarius moon, and a Capricorn rising. Yeah, if you know, you know. I got asked a lot about discipline. What is keeping you disciplined almost all the time? How do you stay disciplined and not let outside noise distract you? I just filmed an entire podcast on discipline, so go check that out if you haven't already. I will say that I really honor and I value the woman that I am when I am disciplined with my actions, when I am setting a vision out into a goal and I'm achieving that. I not just honor myself more, but I trust myself, because being disciplined is more than just getting something done or getting things done. It's about you saying that you were going to set out to do something and you did it. So you're a woman of your word. You're a man of your word. And I hold my word to very, very high standards. I don't just talk to talk. I don't just say things to say things. I say things because they are going to happen. And I will make sure of that. And it's in my power to create that. So discipline for me strengthens the trust I have with myself, and it magnetizes my power. I am literally a magnet for higher timelines when I'm a disciplined being, because of the embodiment that I'm partaking. If I wasn't a disciplined person, if I wasn't disciplined and I was lazy and I wasn't getting the things that I needed to get done and I wasn't a woman of my word, I would simply not align with certain timelines. That's really the key. I know that I'm the center to what I attract, so I have to become what I want to attract. And specifically, if I'm looking for friends, community, partners, lovers, I don't want to be with someone that isn't disciplined with themselves. I don't want to be with somebody that doesn't trust themselves. I don't want to be with someone that doesn't respect themselves. And to me, discipline reflects all of those traits. If I'm disciplined, I respect myself, I trust myself, I love myself enough to endure pain in the regards of gaining something from it. That's truly what keeps me going. And also just me just being in higher states of confidence within myself. I love myself, and I don't enjoy the person that I am when I am lacking discipline. As far as distractions go, every app on my phone, the notifications are turned off to every single app on my phone. I am just super intentional with who I give my attention to and what I give my attention to. And if I catch myself lacking, then I just check myself and I go back and I shift. I literally alchemize in the moment. If I catch myself scrolling on my phone, I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck are you doing? Because I'm aware enough to catch myself, and then I just close the phone app and I get back to what I need to get back to. Yes. We love discipline in this household. Thank you. Do you believe being in your own energy more than others makes you more magnetic? Absolutely. Absolutely. There is a power that comes from solitude. Not to be like overly promoting solitude and being alone, but I love solitude and I love being alone. And I have noticed, without a doubt, that in these stages and phases of my life where I am not in a relationship and I'm not giving my energy to a man in a relationship, I tend to be more magnetic. And that's not to downplay relationships. I think relationships are beautiful, but they are a commitment and they are sometimes a liability. That's just my opinion. I think they're a liability sometimes to my goals because I'm devoting energy and attention to something else. So when I'm no longer giving my energy and attention to that, to a person, to a lover, even though there's love there, I'm giving it all to myself. So naturally, I am just pouring back into my creations. And it's a beautiful phase to be in. As much as I love being in love with someone, I absolutely adore and I love being by myself. And I've come to realize now that being in a relationship isn't really a resonant lifestyle for everyone. And I've talked about this. I think I posted something about this on my Fluid account about how being in a relationship isn't a resonant lifestyle for everyone. And how much I just value solitude, how much I learn about myself. I grow, I expand, and I become more of the woman of my dreams, which is aligning me with the partner of my dreams, essentially. But I don't even crave or even desire to be with a partner. I don't even crave or desire to be in a relationship. I don't ever visualize marriage or kids in my future. Like, it's not something that's like really sparking something in me. I have so many other things in this life that are sparking that aspect in me. And I know that's not for everyone. I have many friends that all they want is to be married and have kids. And I think that is so beautiful. That's why I feel as if it's not resonant for everyone. It's resonant to those who it resonates with. And some of us don't want that. So I do believe that I personally, this is a very personal opinion, I become more magnetized in my power when I am within my own energy and not sharing it with anyone. So yeah, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. How do you reach your right audience? You are authentic with everything that you share. If you are authentic with everything that you share, you will reach the right audience. There's my wind chime outside is like going insane right now, so it's clocking it. It's like, yep, you gotta be authentic. You gotta be authentic, because if you're not gonna reach the right audience. I mean, people are just gonna be seeing a masked version of yourself or a diluted version of yourself, and you don't ever want to play small. You want to be exactly who you are, and you want to take up space. And when you do that, you're naturally going to attract the authentic tribe that you deserve to attract. And you're naturally going to repel the people that don't fuck with you. And that's totally fine, because you're not for everyone. You shouldn't be for everyone at all. I'm not for everyone. I know there's probably people like that listen to, I don't know, I guess there's maybe people that listen to my videos, they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I remember when I first started making YouTube videos, I was making them very digestible to the average person watching them. Because I wanted people to understand me. I wanted everyone to understand me. And then it got to a point where I was just getting really deep into esoteric teachings. And I was like, holy fuck, like, I need to talk about this. And I don't think the average person is there yet consciously. And that's not me judging. That's just me speaking truth. And that's not me judging. That's just me speaking truth. Like, there's certain topics that I speak about that they go very deep. And you would have to have some sort of already basic knowledge within awakening to even be able to dissect and integrate what I'm speaking. Because if not, it's going to be literally one ear out the other. And I've had that happen. I've had conversations with people in real life, and I'm just getting this blank stare back. And it's just like, okay, this is not landing to you. You're not understanding it, and it's fine. I'm not for everyone. I got asked another question asking me, how do you overcome the fear of being different or becoming alone in your spiritual journey? Number one, I don't have fear over a lot of things in this life. I would say I don't have fear at all. I don't like to ever say that I fear anything. I don't fear anything. What would I fear? Everything is me, so I don't fear myself. No. Do I fear others not understanding me? No, I don't fear that. I would actually I would say fear would come up if everyone understood me, because it would be a little bit odd if everyone understood me. I've worked my way through the emotions of fear, and when fear comes up, I really transmute that shit immediately. I don't allow fear to enter my body for any extended periods of time, because I know where that could take me. Needless to say, I love being alone. And I think what people fear is feeling lonely, and that's different than being alone, because you could be in a room full of people and feel lonely. For me, not feeling lonely comes from me knowing myself and studying myself and educating myself on myself, working on myself, and finding my daily routines that fuel me. The things that pour into my cup. I pour into my cup every day. How could I feel lonely if I'm pouring into my cup every day? The journey of awakening for many has its moments of solitude that comes with it. It is very sacred to be in solitude, and I believe that spirit and God is knowing of that, which is why we go through certain moments of our lives where we are being guided to be alone. Overcoming any fear comes from the internal knowing that everything is temporary. So even if you're currently going through a moment in your life where things are not looking up, it's a temporary experience. Even if you're currently experiencing a reality where you're not fully content or happy with what it looks like, you still should have gratitude for it, because it's all temporary. It's literally all temporary. Everything is in a constant changing motion. Everything is in a constant state of motion, actually. Everything is always moving. So there is no doubt that things will change. So that's how I overcome it. That's how I've overcome a lot of challenging situations in my life, a lot of challenging moments, is knowing that it wasn't a permanent state, that it was ever changing. Do you fear death? I do not fear death. I really don't fear anything. Truly, I can't think of anything that I fear. I don't allow fear to enter my body. Fear doesn't exist in my body. And if it ever comes through, I transmute it into love. Because love is the only real thing that exists. Fear is an illusion created by the mind, created by the dualism that we see in this realm. All is one. So I have no fear of death. I actually believe death is a beautiful celebration. I believe death is a celebration of life, actually, which is that's a dichotomy to say, but it's a celebration of life because there's a transformation. Death is not the end. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. So why would you not celebrate a beautiful transformation? Death is amazing. So I'm so excited for continuing to experience death in the multitude of ways that it expresses itself in this life. Because it doesn't just have to be death of the physical body. I have died plenty of times in this lifetime. I've experienced death multiple times. I mean, the earth has experienced death multiple times. We're going through a death season right now. Everything's dying. It's winter. Old versions of myself have died in order for a new version of myself to be reborn. I never feared it, even though I might have been going through it. I knew it was temporary, and I knew there was something else on the other side. It's like a caterpillar going into a cocoon. It doesn't know what's about to happen. It's just in a natural order. It's just natural order. Death is part of natural order. Are you close with your family, and do you have siblings? I do have siblings. I have one older sister. I am the youngest of two. She is 7 years older than me. And I am as close with my family as I can be, to simply put it. I have done a lot of healing work to transmute a lot of the trauma and situations that have taken place within me and my family dynamic that have caused a lot of pain within me and my inner child. And even after transmuting those situations, I have such a big heart. I really put a step forward into creating a relationship with both of my parents, and I did the work that I needed to do. And our relationship now stands on how willing they are to have a relationship with me. So we're as close as spirit and, our own willpower wants us to be. It's really that simple. And I've come to just know peace when it comes to my relationship with my parents and my family members. I'm at peace with how everything is currently standing because I know that I did the work that I needed to do when it comes to that aspect of my life. And I know that I hold no grudge. I know that I hold no shame. I hold no fear. I hold no hate. I hold no rage towards any of them at all. It's just all love. And I did the work that I needed to do. So, genuinely, how do I start this journey? I truly feel the fates led me to you, and I want to learn. I also got asked, someone who is new to spirituality, how to educate myself on the lifestyle and beliefs. These are very complex questions, I'm not gonna lie, because, well, first, I want to say that becoming in tune with your spirit is not a belief. I personally don't have beliefs, I have knowings, and that's very different. If you break down the word belief, it has lie in it. So I don't resonate with using the word belief. I have knowings, and knowings are deeply integrated within my body. They are deeply integrated within my spirit. And in order for you to navigate this world and start to build your own doctrine, for example, start to build your own individual doctrine of what resonates with you, that comes with the process of tuning in to your body. Because when you are in tune and in rhythm with your body, you know what's meant for you and you know what's not meant for you. There's no blockage and there's no static in your radar. It's like we are truly radio stations. And your intuition knows best. You know best. You are your own guide in this journey. But when you are cluttered with thoughts, when you're cluttered with an unregulated nervous system, when you're cluttered with an unbalanced hormonal states, when your yoni and your womb are unconnected to you as a woman, you're gonna have a lot of confusion happen within the journey because you're not a clear vessel. You need to first reach clarity of self and clarity of mind, and that comes through the process of taking accountability for how you're living your life. It takes accountability for example, choosing to go celibate, cleanse your body out. Like, give yourself 6 months of celibacy and feel the clarity that comes in. Do a fast, eat cleaner. Start detoxing your body by working out and moving your body. Start doing yoga. Start implementing things that are going to bring in clarity. Start meditating to regulate your nervous system. Take a break from social media. Whatever it may be that is going to allow you to reach levels of clarity, you will then know, you will be guided by your intuition, and you'll know internally that your signals are no longer clouded with other people's energies. They're no longer clouded with static. They're no longer clouded with confusion. And this is something I get a lot, is I get people asking me, like, how do I know, like, what's right for me? Because the internet is so filled with information, and of course it is. And when you are a clear channel and you have clarity of mind, you won't be deterred by public opinions and by outside ideas, even if such a large amount of the public agrees with it. You're not susceptible to a hive mind. You're not susceptible to massive agreements. You actually are completely sovereign. And I would suggest watching my YouTube video on sovereignty. I forgot the title. Maybe it's I Am Spiritually Sovereign. Go watch that video. And after you watch that, I would recommend to watch my book suggestions video, where I speak about books that I suggest when it comes to your spiritual awakening. And I have books in there also for beginners that can really ease your way into just knowing more about yourself and knowing what resonates and what doesn't. It's really a very unique experience for everyone. There's no right or wrong way whatsoever. There's only your own way. There's only the way. It's no right or wrong, and there's no shaming in this, by the way. I know religion programs people to shame themselves when they decide to walk away from it and decide to go a different path. But why are you shaming yourself? I mean, if that didn't work for you, it's totally fine. You are completely safe, and you are deserving to find something that resonates. How to grow a deeper sense of richness and financial abundance, etc. Abundance, prosperity, and richness is a frequency. It's a vibrational state, and it's an essence. You have to exude abundance and prosperity before receiving abundance and prosperity in the physical realm. Understand that everything is happening in the mental field first, and then it's manifesting into the physical realm. You are the creator of what's being manifested in the physical realm. So you can't be a prosperous person if you are still in the mindset of poverty. You literally have to choose. A person that is prosperous isn't having thoughts about how they can't pay their bills. Even if the material realm is reflecting that. Even if you don't have any money in your bank account. You're not out here talking about you're broke. Well, if you're saying that, then you're claiming it. And it's creating more of that in your reality. So maybe you are broke. You must reclaim that power. Prosperity is coming my way. This world is predicated on our word. So what you're speaking out is creating a vibrational rhythm that's going out into a field that's unseen by human eye. It's going out into a field, and what we're receiving back from that field is a feedback loop. So what I'm speaking out is what I'm receiving back. It's what I'm receiving back manifested in more than just energetics. So if I'm speaking out that I am a money magnet and I am a prosperity magnet, the feedback loop is going to feed me more of that in which I dictated. You are a money magnet. How does that manifest? Money appears out of nowhere. I find money on the ground. I find $50 on the ground. I found $100 on the ground. Oh, I'm just magnetizing this shit. Okay, cool. I get a ton of more sales on my website. I mean, it's literally that simple. If I were to switch that into a negative and fearful mindset of, oh, I have a lot of bills to pay. I don't know if I can afford this. The feedback loop is going to keep feeding me that storyline of me not being able to afford things. How boring is that? I mean, it's just really boring. I actually am very strict with the people that I surround myself with. And if I catch that being somebody's internal dialogue, respectfully, I'm cutting you off. And I mean that with all due respect. I cannot be around doubtful people. I can't have doubt in my field. So if you doubt yourself, you have to go and do the internal work to go and do that. I'm not going to babysit a doubtful person. I'm not. I have done enough internal work to know that I don't deserve to be around doubtful people, because that around my field, I mean, if you're around somebody that doubts themselves, they're going to doubt you. Hello? Work on your internal dialogue and see what changes in your life. Words of affirmation. Words of affirmation towards yourself. Start writing in your mirrors. Start writing everywhere in your room. Start putting things up on the walls where you're seeing it every day of what dialogue you want to adopt. Specifically, if currently your internal dialogue is negative, you need to switch that immediately. And I'm talking immediately. And if you can't go, I know sometimes jumping a loop from one side of the spectrum to another is a lot. So if you can just become neutral, I mean, sometimes if you're consistently talking about hating yourself, for example, or not liking the way that life is, maybe it'll be a really big jump to go into, I love life, you know? I mean, it's going to feel a little bit inauthentic. It's going to feel fake. Like, ugh, well, I was just saying I didn't love life yesterday. So that's fine. Just be neutral about life. You know, try to be in the neutral side of the spectrum. Try to just be in the middle. And then eventually, once you start to practice neutrality, you'll be able to dive into those higher vibrations naturally. How would you from 10 years ago react from the you now, or towards the you now, I'm guessing? Me from 10 years ago would love who I am right now. She would be so ecstatic to know that I have created this reality for myself. She would freak out if she saw my apartment, first of all. Like, this is like my dream apartment. If I, you know what I mean, 14-year-old Carla, like, walking in here, I had just turned vegan back then. If she knew that I was making YouTube videos and that I had grown my YouTube channel and that I have a prosperous business and that I have a community that I've built, I mean, I am living that girl's dreams. Literally, I am living her dreams, and it makes me so grateful to know that I am making that girl so happy to the level that is fulfilling me. I am fulfilling my inner child's desires, her dreams, and that is one of my main purposes in this life, truly, is to make sure that that little girl is fulfilled, taken care of, honored, and loved. And that's my responsibility. And I'm definitely completing that mission. So me from 10 years ago would love me now. Like, literally love. And if she knew what I looked like, girl, in love. Like, truly. Like, I was so cute at 14, but I've just evolved, and my face has changed. Like, you know, you literally, like, I'm growing into my woman body and face now. So it's really beautiful to see the evolution. I'm going to end this with, how can I book a one-on-one virtual session? I stopped doing my virtual sessions, but I've been considering opening them up again. It would be an investment for whoever wants to be a part of it, because my time truly is extremely valuable to me. But I want to be of service to the community, and I loved doing my one-on-one sessions for sure. I loved connecting with people in that way. So if one-on-one sessions is something that you are interested in, let me know, and I will consider opening up some slots for one-on-one sessions every month. It'll be a very minimal amount, a very small amount of slots per month, maybe like 4 to 5 a month. And that's like at most, because I'm a very busy woman. Yeah, but it would honestly, I feel like, fulfill that feeling in me to just be more interpersonal with how I'm aiding in service to others. And I just get so many DMs of questions people have every day, and I can't not answer them all. So I know that those that are really wanting to have a conversation with me one-on-one will invest in the opportunity to do so. And also, I'm very trusting of my intuition. I'm very trusting of my psychic abilities. And I would love to do one-on-one sessions again. So let me know. I may be opening slots for that soon. All right, that's all of the questions I'm going to be answering today. There was a couple more that I had saved, but this video is already long enough. I will just do another Q&A soon and answer some more of your questions. I hope that any of these answers aided in any way, shape, or form. And thank you so much for everyone who asked questions. I truly appreciate your participation in this. I'm so grateful for all of the love and the support that I get from you guys. Truly, it is deeply felt and deeply appreciated. I am very, very appreciative for all the support that I get and the ways in which you pour into me. So have a beautiful day or night whenever you see this video. I will talk to you very soon. If you are watching this on YouTube, because I may upload it on YouTube eventually, know that my Patreon saw it first, and you can join the Patreon community. It'll always be the first link in my description box to see more videos like this and more personalized videos on esotericism. I'm also going to start doing guided meditations soon. I already have some jotted down ideas of guided meditations that will be only available on my Patreon. And if you didn't know, my Patreon is also filled with podcast episodes of me speaking on different topics. So it's more than just videos. It's podcast episodes and talking videos like this, and also guides and journal prompts and all of that good stuff. So head over there if you want to dive more into that journey within yourself. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Peace be with all beings in every dimension for eternity and forever. I hope the lighting was good in this video, honestly. But I love you. Mwah. Peace, blessings, love, abundance, ho, the fuck. Also, look at my new set of nails. Little striped, blue and white. Like, oh, I love them. Thank you, Chloe. So tea.
Back on Earth, trying to wreak some havoc. Dang, that was crazy. What just happened? I've done it millions of times, but nothing millions of times. I guess that's where when we die. But I'm back as an indigo, back in the density, back to the days of 3, back to the days of me, back to the